on, guys? ThankYou here with Weekly Review, and today we're going to be reviewing a Wii game that I've probably already done before. Well, actually, you guys remember I have done it before, but we're going to be doing a re-review of one of my actually most underrated Wii titles that I own, which is for Klonoa. Now, if you have never played Klonoa, and if you want to try it out, I mean, this copy is like extremely cheap now, and it's a very underrated game. Definitely try it out. I mean, it is a little bit kiddish, but it's a very fun game. So let's go ahead and start the review for Klonoa. Welcome, guys, to Weekly Review episode 112. Today we're going to be doing Klonoa for the Wii, which is a remake from the PlayStation 1 version back in 1997 that was then remade later around 2008-2009 for the Nintendo Wii. So let's go ahead and basically talk about what's going on with the entire game. Okay, so guys, the game basically revolves around Klonoa and Hupo, our two main heroes of the game. And basically what happens is Klonoa is out in the forest, just roaming around, just enjoying the fresh air, and all of a sudden a ring falls down from the heavens, and Hupo, the so-called ring spirit, appears from the ring when Klonoa pulls it from the ground. At that same time, when Klonoa and Hupo are just enjoying the breeze and a little running around out in the forest, an explosion happens on Bell Hill, where we meet our villain of the game, Ghadius, and his assistant Joker. And it is up to Klonoa and Hupo to save the world from Ghadius that was trying to flood the entire world with nightmares. So, let's go ahead and show off some gameplay. Okay, now with Klonoa Wii, you have 4 different control schemes that you can use, including the GameCube controller, the Classic Controller or Classic Controller Pro, the Wii Remote, and the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. So, we're using the Wii Remote and Nunchuck during this, and we're going to go ahead and just show off how the controls work. Pretty simple though. You need to move with the Nunchuck back and forth. You can move all 4 different sides. Jump with the A button, using your ring attack with the B button, and then letting go at the same time, pressing the B again. Now when you have an enemy that you're holding with your ring, you can actually do a double jump, excuse me for that, do a double jump by pressing on the A button at the same time, and as well as floating over to a small area that you wouldn't normally be able to jump over to. Now you can carry your enemy for as long as you want until you go ahead and let go of it. Now though, you have a fairly decent sized amount of health bar, and it's not terribly easy to die in this game, but there are some portions in it that you will lose some health, because not only just because of a couple areas that are a little bit hard, but I mean the game does have a little bit of difficulty. I mean, it's not all kiddish. Now I will say though that the game itself, graphic-wise, is a huge improvement over the first one on the PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 version had a lot of polygons, and it was also around the time that 3D games were starting to just come out, and they were just in their prime, so they were just starting out, so everything was a little bit different. Unlike in Klonoa Wii, the graphics are very colorful, very beautiful. Even sound is even better on this version compared to the PS1 version. This game is basically a 2D platformer with 3D graphics, but I would actually call it I would actually kind of range around a 2.5D. Kind of like the same route that they went with New Super Mario Brothers, like on the Wii. Of course, that later came out a long time later. But they actually did a really good job on this game, despite what a lot of people say. Now, the one thing that I don't like too much about this game is they gave Klonoa a voice. Of course, they are supposed to give him a voice, and the same thing with Hupo a voice. But to me, they could have given Klonoa a little bit more of lines in his actual voice character. Because I mean,
half the time he just says like his name, like, "Hi, I'm Klonoa from Wind Village." The same thing for Hupo. He just says, "My name is Hupo." And you do not find out later what Hupo really is until almost the end of the game. I'm not going to give away any spoilers or nothing, but I mean, there's just those little tiny things about it that I just didn't like about it. I mean, I would have liked to go ahead and see a little bit more of a voice acting thing for Klonoa instead of just saying like, "Hey, I'm Klonoa from Wind Village." I mean, it's like they were just, excuse my French, but they were half-assing it a little bit, in my opinion though. I mean, remember, this is my review, so if you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe from me. But again, this is my opinion, so don't take it too harshly. But the game is basically a platformer. There are some puzzles in the game, nothing too excruciatingly hard, but there are some pretty fantastic level designing, and as well as water effects that they used in this game, and I'll go ahead and show you a couple of them right now. Okay, so here we're at Vision 2.2 over the waterfall, and this one is actually a really cool level because there's a lot of water that they used in this version of the game, or excuse me, this portion of the game, and it's nothing too excruciatingly difficult, but it's a lot of really cool elements. Like they use this portion like a little water slide to make it so Klonoa gets over there, and then that's pretty cool right there, having the water rise up upwards instead of going down, which is a pretty cool little thing. Of course, that's all thanks to a little guy messing that up. But basically, the object of the game is to stop Gaudius from unleashing nightmares thanks to finding the songstress, the Feast, excuse me if I said that name wrong. But you're basically trying to save her from Gaudius before he tries to use her and turn the entire world into darkness, because he doesn't care about anything. He just cares about ruining the whole entire world and everything in it. Now there will be times, like I said, that you will get hit at random points, and there are some tricky jumps. I wouldn't say excruciatingly hard, but there are some tricky jumps on this that will make you lose a couple lives, but nothing terrible. Now, during the game, you'll find these little amulets. When you get a certain amount of those amulets, when you go back to your world map, I'll go ahead and show you that real quick, you will get graded on a certain score. Like say right here, if you have 6 of them, then you'll have like a little band trio come up and start playing and everything, and it makes it look, it makes it almost say like you did the stage perfectly. Now as you can see, there are 6 levels, including a final level with Nahatum. That is your final boss. And there's just a lot of really cool mechanics in the game. There's a lot of cool graphics that they use. I can tell that Namco did really good on the graphics comparing to the first one on the PlayStation 1. But in all honesty, the game just kind of messed up for the voice acting. I mean, I know that this is a platforming game and there's not really much of a thing for really a story, I would say, but they could have given Klonoa a few more lines instead of what they just gave him. But I mean, otherwise, the controls are good, the graphics are beautiful, the game is short. It'll run you about, maybe, you could finish it in about maybe an hour, 2 hours at the most. But it's definitely a game that I would definitely recommend if you're looking for a very underrated game, because this game only sold around 40,000 at the most, which is pretty sad because he's a very underrated character and a lot of people should be giving him a lot more respect than what he has now. But guys, this game is getting a 8 out of 10 from Weekly Review, not only just because of this being a little bit of a darker story than I remembered in the PlayStation 1 version, but it's just a great game. They fixed the controls a lot better, the graphics are beautiful, as I said before. The level design is very nice. It switches from a 2D to kind of like a 3D perspective in portions. And there's a lot of cool boss battles. There's a pretty good story. And I mean, you'll enjoy it from the very beginning to end. I mean, it may be kiddish a little bit, but it's a good game. So I definitely recommend to anyone who is looking for a underrated Wii title to definitely take a look at this one. And once again, Weekly Reviews gives this an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Later.
Now guys, hold on. Before we go ahead and end the video, I forgot to mention one other thing. Not only is today one of the greatest days for Weekly Reviews as it's hit its 400th subscriber, thank you very much whoever you were. Also, I would also like to recommend each of you to subscribe to these people. I will put annotations for each of these people on the video. Number one of all people, SearchmanX Reviews. He has given me so much support, so much suggestions about certain games that I should review, and he's even let me be on the D-Pad cast, which is a thing that, I mean, if any of y'all still watch the D-Pad cast, it's still a great podcast to watch. I mean, it's a really nice he's just an awesome person, and he needs to be subscribed by anybody who's a friend of mine needs to go ahead and subscribe to him now, because he is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Another person you need to subscribe to, Solidus Godzilla, a very, very nice person. A little cranky at times, but in a good way. I mean, Space, you've always been helpful to me. You've helped me out with my intros. You've helped me out with a lot of my videos that I've had problems with, and I always thank you for that. And I also hope that you're enjoying the gift that I went ahead and got sent you too. Otherwise, make sure that you subscribe to him, and above all, subscribe to Big Smile Reviews. Big Smile Reviews, Deefy, you have been literally one of my, I wouldn't call you really a role model, I would say, but you've been a really great guy to me. You've been one of the bestest guys I've ever known on YouTube. Not only one of the nicest, but one of the most respectful. You definitely deserve every single bit of credit that you get on not only your videos, but everything in general. You deserve a lot of respect, and I'm also putting you as a person to subscribe as well. Kevin Reviews, another one. He does some really great videos. If you haven't subscribed to him, definitely check him out. Kevin Reviews. The Turtle Bird. Yes, Turtle Bird, I mentioned you as well. Amazing, isn't it? Yes, go ahead and subscribe to Turtle Bird too. He is, at the moment, kind of on a pause right now with his videos and stuff, but otherwise, he's a really great guy. Otherwise, he's very respectful to you. I mean, he's got some corny jokes, but in a good way. He's a good guy. Corrupt Roses, another person that you need to subscribe to. Just tons and tons of people. I can't thank every single one of y'all. If I could, I would love to, but y'all know who you were. For the people who I didn't tell y'all to subscribe to, you guys know that I also respect all of y'all as well. Thank y'all all again so much, because y'all have no idea how much it really means to me to reach 400 subscribers. I mean, 400, I bet to some people is just like, eh. But for me, 400 is amazing. I mean, I'm hoping that maybe one day we can reach another milestone, maybe 500, maybe 600. And maybe one day I can reach my real goal of one day reaching maybe 1,000, but it'll be a while before that happens. But otherwise, guys, thank you again so much for all of your suggestions, your emails. I read every single email, every single comment. Even if it's a bad comment, I still go ahead and read it, and I'll reply back. Because, I mean, I respect all of you guys, because it's because of you guys. You are the ones that make me get to where I am today. It's because of y'all. So I want to thank y'all all again very much. Thank you again for subscribing. Thank you to all the new subscribers who subscribe after watching this video. If you do subscribe, thank you very much. And otherwise, guys, take care.